see everybody?
Yeah, except for me, but I'm not there yet.
You in there now, dog?
That's my voltage. Does it look like I'm in there, dog?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh.
He's not just in there, dog. He's balls deep.
I'm balls deep in this new Fallout show. Oh! Wish I had the burr, 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 burr.
What are you, DJ Z now?
No.
Fucking air horn so you can do the Juan Cena.
Nah, don't worry about it. Because we're not live from Saturday night. There we go. All right, welcome to our new show. This is Lucha Revolution. I almost forgot the name.
Yeah.
Almost forgot it.
Almost.
Lucha Revolution. This is our Lucha Underground Fallout show. Since we are all huge believers in Lucha Underground.
You're damn right.
Yep. Goddamn right. I am War Machine MJ. I am joined by the always egotistical misfit, Rodimus Prime.
Hello, people.
The always mainstreamest of the Malcolms. The always deepest of the pockets, Josh.
Got them deep pockets on.
Wearing cargo shorts.
So he's got pockets on top of pockets on top of pockets. It's pocketception.
Pockets on pockets on pockets.
Yep.
But if you don't know who we are and this is your first time joining us, I'm the face of WonderShop, a.k.a. the loudmouth, a.k.a. the shades, a.k.a. the asshole. This is Rodimus Prime, Mr. No Days Off, Mr. Big Rod, Mr. Wrestling Analyst.
Okay.
That's me.
That's mainstream Malcolm. He's
Mainstream.
mainstream.
As I like to call him, the dark horse of the group.
He's the dark horse. Not because he's black.
In a good way. In a good way.
Yeah.
Because he's going to do some unexpected shit. He's also our marketing director, since we still don't sell shit.
What the fuck am I selling here?
I don't know. You tell us.
I have no idea.
Anyway. And this is Josh, our Lucha Underground expert. He's the guy that turned us on to it.
You're damn right.
And we thank him. Not Messiah level, thank you. So don't let that ego get too huge. But we're here today to talk about...
Wouldn't want to be having another Rod around here.
Oh, God.
that doorway only fits one ego at a time. We don't need to.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're here today to talk about the ending to Season 2 as well as our review.
I wanted to do a few questions, just like a little wrap-up and what everybody thought about Season 2 as well. And
Oh, yeah.
a few quick little questions about it.
Yeah, that'll be it towards the end. We're also going to do our review of the 3-night wrestling Christmas known as Ultima Lucha 2.
The 4-hour event.
4 hours. 3 nights. 4 hours.
You're damn right.
Is that going to be your catchphrase? Damn right.
I can't come up with nothing else right now.
You're damn right.
I can, but I just like saying that.
Could have just said that's just Prime.
Well, that is prime.
You're damn right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to say you're damn right this time.
All right, whatever.
You're damn right.
I mean, I thought that was going to be your catchphrase now. Like my catchphrase is, I'd make war to that.
I declare war on that.
I declare war on that. Okay. Wrap up for Ultima Lucha, Season 2. Season 2. All right. Do we want to start everybody from the very beginning or whatever?
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's not go show by show because that'll take too long.
Well, I meant like the gist.
Yeah, let's do, yeah, if you want to go ahead and give a general summary of what happened, and then we'll just start off, some simple question, be like, who had the most impressive debut, or who debuted this season that you found most impressive, or
which returnee had the best season?
Yeah, which rivalry that developed this season do you think was the best? We'll just do general questions, and then, but you can go ahead and do just a general summary of what happened in the temple, and then what everybody thinks going forward.
Yeah.
Okay. At the beginning of Season 2, Fallout from Ultima Lucha 1, Katrina Mills Mortez, who was Aztec champion at the time, took over the temple. It was a much darker place. In a more brutal note, they took the band members and plastered their skulls on the wall. That was hardcore brutal.
Yeah.
But, got everybody else jockeying for position, including, the first woman to challenge the Aztec champion. Evil Ace, I almost forgot her fucking name.
There's something about that. The women in Lucha Underground had one hell of a year this year.
They did.
They kind of put the Divas Revolution, or Women's Championship Revolution, whatever you want to call it, to shame for me.
Or any women's division in any wrestling company.
So they had well, NXT did really good too, but I was going to say, for this being the first season, that they really did a lot of stuff with just the women in Lucha Underground. I was very impressed. They did a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
They had a bigger year than first season. Definitely.
Okay. Throughout the rest of the season, you got Phoenix and King Cuerno battling back and forth over the Gift of the Gods Championship, which Phoenix won last year in Ultima Lucha. Then there was the Trios Championship changing hands, as well as the second iteration of the Trios Tournament. Then, we had a lot of new guys appear, some guys we've seen in the wrestling world, like this guy's favorite guy, Joey Ryan, with his...
Sleazeball, man.
I was going to say King of Dong Style.
Yeah, it's true.
I finally get the joke behind that now. But
I don't even want to comment on that guy.
No, you will comment on
and his
it.
sleaziness.
Anyway, we actually saw 2 Gift of the Gods championship matches this season.
Yep.
For the first time ever, we saw it being defended twice. Once by Phoenix, one by King Cuerno. We also saw the return of Aztec Warfare 2. We didn't really see another one-night, all-night long match. It was a shame, because they had so many good rivalries they could have done that with. But all of it led up to Ultima Lucha Dos, which for the first time ever, it was 3 hours long again. And we had one hell of a show, but we're going to save that for the review. All right. Pocket, since you're the expert, let's hear the questions.
I want to see, okay, and you were just going to go around, and then I'll ask another question. We'll just go around and ask another question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So overall, I know there were a lot of people introduced this year, but before we get to the new prospects or whatever that were brought in this year, what single luchador, or luchadore, is it luchadores?
Luchadores.
Well, I'm going to just...
Okay, so what one single luchador do you think had the best outing this year? Which one do you think the one luchador that stood out the most to you this year, as far as coming from last year, from last season to this season? Which one do you think just shined out like a star to you?
It's several of them, but if I could pick one, I'm wanting to say Pentagon Jr.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
But I'll go the oddball and say Johnny Mundo. I think Johnny Mundo, he kind of had a progressive year compared to...
Progressive, he definitely shot up.
Yeah, compared to last year.
All right, do you have your pick, or are you still...
You know what? I'm going to say Cage.
You're going to say Cage?
Yeah.
Cage definitely had a hell of a year.
That's a nice pick.
I mean, he fought Johnny Mundo in a cage, as Cage.
Mm-hmm.
The Wolverine himself. I'm going to say Phoenix. Phoenix definitely had one of the better rivalries of this season. He just became the first ever Triple Crown Lucha Underground champion.
Yeah.
Which is impressive. I mean, I was sitting there waiting, I was like, either him or Puma's going to get it.
Yeah.
But he's had the best season so far of the returnees. He definitely cashed in on that belt. He got his championship. So I'm gonna say Phoenix. Who do you say?
I'm gonna say King Cuerno. You saw some of them in the first season. You didn't really see a lot compared to the other people.
His presence was definitely more felt this year.
Yeah, his presence and his influence on the temple was definitely felt this time.
Yeah.
And between the rivalry with Mills, putting Mills up in his trophy room, to the classic matches he had with another up-and-coming talent, Killshot. Killshot had a good presence this year.
Yeah.
You know, Marty the Moth had a really good presence this year.
Yeah.
There wasn't much about him first season. This season,
I think Marty the Moth...
He became more creepier.
Yeah.
Well, he was a lot in the scene a lot more this year.
I think he was the dark horse of this season.
You think so?
Yeah.
That was going to be my question.
Yeah.
Out of, the returnees from season 1, who was definitely the biggest dark horse?
Well, I said Marty the Moth.
I mean, Marty the Moth was... Okay, his character is creepy. He's still got, the non-believers.
Yeah.
But he is just, again, a deceptive one. Like, we thought he was going to be all-power, given his size. But he's impressed. He's like Willie Mack out there.
That leads up to my point. My dark horse for this season was Willie Mack.
Oh, yeah.
Willie Mack?
Stone Cold Willie Mack.
Yeah.
Who do you say, Mal?
I'm still thinking about it now.
You're still thinking?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask y'all this. Out of all the returnees, who do you think had a drop-off? I'll say two. I'll say Killshot and Mil Mortes.
I wouldn't say either one of those two, because they've had a hell of a match.
They have, but it's
I'm
like...
who the drop-off is for me. Sangrado.
Masquerita Sagrada?
Masquerita Sangrado.
Well, in the first season, he was kind of a, and I hate to say this word around Lucha Underground, but he's kind of a jobber type.
Yeah, that's true.
He was only out there at squash matches. My drop-off character was Aerostar.
Yeah,
like
we didn't see him much this season.
Yeah,
we
you're right.
saw him like bits and pieces in the first season. Second season, we saw a little bit more.
Yeah.
Arhenis too, ain't it? Will he be?
Arhenis, we only saw him once this season.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Actually, no, we saw him twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, once or twice. Yeah.
It was Aztec Warfare 2 and the four-way for the last medallion where Daga won.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, another question I got for y'all: Who do you think out of all the luchadors or luchadores stood out? I'll say Daga.
I was going to say that. Shit.
Wait, do you mean returnees or do you mean
in
newbies?
returnees,
Or just who was the outstanding star
just
for
in
this
general,
season?
who do you think stood out? Returnees.
For this season,
Yeah.
the person I think that stole the spotlight was definitely Cage.
Yeah, my pick's going to be Sexy Star.
Really?
She definitely upped her game this season. I mean, she just became Gift of the Gods champion. God.
I'll say Taya kind of stole the spotlight this year. With the way she aligned herself with Johnny Mundo, she kind of did her thing.
Yeah.
Who do you say, Malcolm? Who do you think stood out, or who do you think stole the spotlight this season?
Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Mundo? All right.
Okay, so here's a big question, and you can include, even though they've been around for a while, you can include PJ Black and Jack Evans in this. They're not new to wrestling by any means. They've been other places.
Yeah.
I think they have combined total of what, almost 40 years together in the.
No.
I don't know.
No, because PJ Black had been in the wrestling business since he was 16.
Yeah.
And he's like 30 something now.
Yeah.
He's 30?
Yeah.
I thought he was in his mid-20s.
If not close to his 30s. He's been in the
And then
business.
they said when Jack Evans first came in, he's got like 15, 20 years in the business. Even from a young
How
kid.
old is he?
He's like 33, 34 or something. He started in the business when he was young because wrestling's in his family.
Yeah.
He started when he was like 13, 14.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, all right, then. Okay. Now, what was your question?
Out of all the new luchadors that were introduced this season or at the tail end of the first season, you didn't really get to see much of, but were definitely in the temple this season.
Okay, if you're talking about newbies, I wouldn't include Jack Evans. He was there first season.
Well, I'm saying, but he was closer towards the end, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, I still count him as first.
So, who that really showed that they belong, out of the new people, who do you think showed they really belonged the most
I got
in
it.
Lucha Underground? You're going to say Dragoon Azteca Jr.?
No, I was going to say Rey Mysterio. He moved better than he has in years, as well as he did back in WCW.
Or WWE. Or anywhere.
No,
he was restrained.
he was crippled. There were so many.
I mean,
He do shit there.
Even he moved pretty good when he was in ECW.
Yeah,
or anywhere else, Mexico, wherever.
Before he got to WWE, he moved a lot faster.
Well, see, he was smaller then. He wasn't as stout as he was then.
Well, no, Lucha Underground, he has been able to move that fast since he has people to keep up with.
Yeah.
I'll say the one person that made an impact, Matanza.
Definitely.
Because, I mean, think about it. You got a guy who's he has to be close to 7 feet tall.
He's about Brock Lesnar size.
A little taller than Brock.
Oh, no,
Brock
him and Mil Mortes are about the same size, or about the same height.
They're what?
Mil's only like 6'2".
6'2"?
Yeah, Mil's...
Matanza's what, 6'5", maybe?
No, they're about, I would say he's like 6'2", 6'3". Because him and Mil are about the same height.
Yeah, there's inches between them.
Well, to me, it's like he's a little taller than Brock, because Brock Lesnar's what, 6'3"?
Oh, I meant the frame. I didn't mean
yeah, but, I mean, you never... He kind of reminds me of what we see in WWE with Bray Wyatt and Kevin Owens. You don't see many big men move like a luchador. like a small guy. You know
like
what I'm saying?
Cage has done this season.
Yeah, Cage, he does that too. But I mean,
That's one of the reasons he was my breakout star. The only thing we've seen up until when he really showed what he could do this season
Was his power.
was ground and pound. If I'm going to overpower you, I'm going to rely on the strength advantage to beat you down. And then this season, you see him pulling off high rent district moves, jumping from the ring to the outside, somersaults, Lucha Destroyers, sunset power bombs, all kinds of shit.
I did like how in this season, I know we're derailing from the question, but I did like how in this season they played up Cage's machine stuff. Like, he would get hit or put through glass, and he would just, like, brush it off.
yeah, like nothing
He
happened.
would just be like,
Yeah.
bam!
Now,
Okay, who would you say is your breakout? Like, your breakout talent?
Dogger.
Daga?
Daga?
that's
Daga
good.
was impressive.
Yeah, he was.
He
really
was
impressive.
definitely.
Yeah.
Another name I always said was definitely Dragunas Tech.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
My Tisha.
my t-shirt.
Well, I wasn't really going for a breakout like question. I know it kind of veered that way, but it wasn't like a breakout talent. Like, who was the most?
Yeah.
Who was the brightest shining talent? My question was, out of the people that I didn't include, I wasn't going to include Ray because he's not new to Lucha. He's new to the Temple, but he's not new to Lucha.
I
I'm
thought you
talking
were
about people that you didn't know anything about before. And you could include PJ Black because we didn't really see the Lucha aspect or whatever style come to the Temple. But who of the new people that would not necessarily brand new to Lucha, but you haven't seen any
younger talent.
the younger talent that debuted this year. That could be anybody from Nightclaw to Cobra Moon to.
As impressive as he was, I wouldn't say Nightclaw.
Well, I'm just saying, like some of the people that came to the Temple this season that you haven't necessarily seen a lot from, and I didn't include Ray because he's not new to anybody.
I'll say Taya. If I could pick one, I'll pick Taya. Because I mean, she's been in the business. She's been a wrestler for quite some time. She was trained.
AAA.
AAA. Yeah. They mentioned she was trained by Lance Storm.
Nice.
So I think she's been in business for a good maybe 10 years, maybe a little less than that. I'm not sure.
I would say, not to cut you off, but I'd say Dragunas Tech Jr. because
he showed that he's definitely the one that belongs in the Temple.
He definitely belongs, but I put it together the other day. He moves like his style of wrestling is like Eddie's, but with a little bit more flair to it. Like that free falling DDT he does.
Yeah.
That's fucking impressive.
Okay.
All right, Malcolm, what you say?
Daga.
You still say Daga?
Yeah.
Daga definitely did impress, even though he's Mexican Devil, but he definitely impressed. Scoring Gift of the Gods. That's not easy for him.
Well, another question. While we're talking about the newbies of the Temple, who would you consider as your Rookie of the Year?
Rookie of the Year.
Fuck.
Okay, when you say...
Like, the people that came in, like Matanza, Daga, Taya...
Okay, is this, like, same parameters as his? Like...
Something like that.
Okay, so no Rey Mysterio.
No Rey Mysterio, no Jack Evans.
No Cage, no Johnny Mundo.
No.
You know,
like you said, newbies, yeah.
Well, I'm talking about people came in this season, not Johnny Mundo.
that are not necessarily...
not including Ray or Jack Evans, people we've seen come in that we've never seen or heard
before. Never heard, don't know anything about. So that means Puma wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
I'll say Montaza.
I'm going to say Montaza, too, because, god damn,
he came in and destroyed shit.
He destroyed Phoenix. He broke Pentagon. He baned him.
I'll say Dragon Azteca.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Wow, split field.
Who is your MVP?
MVP?
That includes people from season 1 all the way down. Even the newbies.
Most probably player, huh?
So basically our favorite in the Temple.
Who is your MVP of this season?
You know my pick.
Playboy the sequel?
Playboy the sequel. Prince Puma.
Yeah. Prince Puma?
Prince Pete.
I like most of everyone.
I got it. You're going to say Money the Moth.
Fuck no.
He has definitely.
He's good though, but no. I'll say
Joey Ryan.
Fuck no.
If you say Joey Ryan, I'll walk out right now.
No, you'll walk her out.
Funny.
Anyways, I'll say MVP. I'll say Montaza. Montaza's been wrecking shit.
Definitely.
my MVP up till now, and we didn't see much from him this year like we did last year. And I really enjoy watching him wrestle because he just pulls off so much shit. And I still got to give it to Drago.
Drago.
He's still
okay.
Still just like, and it's hard to say because I love watching the luchador style. I love watching Lucha Libre, but I just think there's something about when he does it and he pulls off stuff you wouldn't expect. Like, it's luchador, it's Lucha Libre, but he puts his own technical spin on it.
Yeah.
And I've got to say, because Prince Puma and Drago and Azteca do the same thing, but I don't think they do it to the degree as Drago.
No. Who do you say?
It's 3 people I got for MVP. Johnny Mundo, Cage, Pentagon Jr. But if I had to pick, I'm going Pentagon Jr.
Yeah?
I really think, not to cut you off, but I really think those 3, you know, they did their thing this season.
Now,
Definitely.
between season 1 and season 2, who would you say improved the most in your eyes, like the returnees? Me, I say Killshot. Not only did they up his in-game arsenal, they also upped his character arsenal. Gave him a backstory, gave him more of a personality.
I'll say Cage.
Cage?
Because it's like Cage, you know, he went from the heel type, and then he just got that crowd following, like that cult following.
Yeah, like Randy Orton.
Yeah. And, you know, he really did his thing this year, so I'll say Cage really improved.
I can give that to you because, again, the machine aesthetic.
Well, it's not that, it's
and
just
like his in-ring style. Like,
people just gravitated to his... Well, I kind of see what you're saying, but I feel like people just really gravitated to his character more.
Yeah, they fleshed him out a bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to say... Or you want to go?
I was going to say Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Mundo definitely stepped up his game. Proves he ain't lost a step as a heel.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Who you say, Josh?
I'm leaning towards Cuerno, but I want to say Pentagon because even though he was big first season, he went from big to fucking massive. Just like no matter what, he can do no wrong. He's so over with the temple. He could pretty much murder somebody in the middle of the ring and get cheered for it.
Talking about Pentagon Dart?
Pentagon, just Pentagon in general.
No, see, that was the thing. I'll point this out while I was watching the replay. Pentagon walks in the middle of the Dragon Azteca Black Lotus match, if I fucking said her name right, breaks the arm of Dragon Azteca, since he's the ultimate babyface of the temple.
Yeah.
And the fans are still going nuts.
It was like, yeah, I'm just like, the fuck?
That might not have flown first season.
No.
Definitely this season. He cannot do anything wrong.
They can just murder.
That's what I'm saying.
And just,
he could drag a random fan into the ring and start beating the fuck out of him, and that fan was like, "Please, oh my God, I love you so much. Please hit me again."
Just
sign my face with your fist.
Yeah.
He just punched the shove, and they still love it.
He's got the Daniel Bryan complex. No matter what he does, he can do no wrong.
He can like slap a shit out of a woman.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so do this one more question, and this involving titles, and then we'll move on to the review. Don't want to take too much time. It's just like, oh my God, Lucha Underground is so good.
You heard it here, folks.
But
it is
so good.
It's good. We can sit here and talk about it all day. But one more question, and then we'll move on to the review, and then going forward. But okay, so we've seen, compared to last year, we've seen, I think, a lot of changes in the championships and just like the prestige going forward. It's like everybody wants Aztec Gold, and I think they're doing a good job at like giving everybody that wants a shot at it.
Yeah.
But from first season to this season, which championship do you believe is not so much gain more prestige, but which championship do you think was the most hyped championship? And I know a lot of this has to do with rivalries, and, you know, there's tier championships. You got trios, which is, you know, that's more of a tag team trio kind of thing. And then you've got Gift of the Gods, which is like a mid-tier belt. And then you've got the top tier, which is Lucha.
Yeah.
But I think they did a really good job tiering their belts to where it's not like WWE, where you got, like, bottom-tier belts that have no prestige, and you got mid-tier belts, and then at the very top, you got the main championship.
Oh, well, that's like with any other company besides WWE. It's kind of like
my thing with WWE is you're stuck in that tier if, you know, somebody in the upper levels decides, hey, this guy's good, let's shove him to the main championship.
Or it's kind of like with the X division with TNA. It's kind of like they're bringing the X division back, but it's been so long since you've seen it on TV or pay-per-view, you forgot there was even an X division or like a lower tier to mid-tier title.
So what I guess I'm trying to ask is, which championship do you think was going forward from the beginning of second season to the end of second season? Which championship do you think was the one that should receive the top tier spot?
Trios.
If you were to tier it,
You say trios?
Yeah.
which one do you think would be up there?
Trios championship, I believe.
Well,
Because it gained so much hype to me.
yeah. Oh, well, back to what you were saying about, most of these championships got hype because of rivalry.
Yeah.
I would say the Gift of the Gods.
You think Gift of the Gods was the biggest hype championship this year, like the top tier?
rivalry in that motherfucker.
Well, yeah, like those rivalries paid off, though. Like at the beginning of the season, Phoenix, Cuerno, button heads like crazy.
Yeah, I remember that match.
Titles changing back and forth. Phoenix cashes in, has a grueling match with Mills. It was fantastic.
He won against Mills.
He did. He cashed it in and won.
A week before Aztec Warfare 2.
Yeah, a week before Aztec Warfare 2. Then we got, the championship reassembled, and they put in a mini rivalry between Chavo and Cage, where Cage just flat out annihilated Chavo.
Yeah.
But Chavo put on a hell of a match.
Yeah.
That's the best I've seen Chavo wrestle in a long ass time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And Chavo gets a bad rep as not only as being just a bad guy, but that's his whole persona. Like he's a bad guy, but he also gets a bad rep is because he's a bad guy. A lot of people assume you don't see a lot out of him at his full ability, so you think it's like, oh, he's not impressive anymore. He's not a good wrestler. And I think he did a really good job of taking it back to when his name was respected as one of the top tier wrestlers
back in AAA.
Yeah.
Well,
and he really put on one hell of an outing. Like, he was pulling off shit I haven't seen him do in years.
Yeah. And before you get to your point, Ross, then Cage went on to cash in to Matanza, which that match was fucking fantastic.
He could have won that shit.
Cage, again, he expressed more in-ring skill. Like, we were seeing him leave his feet. I mean, I don't know where the fuck he put him, but he left his feet.
Yeah.
And now we see Sexy Star getting the title. So, who knows where to go? All right, what's your pick?
Well, getting back to what Josh was saying about Chavo, I've never been a Chavo fan, even when he was in WCW to now. But, that match he had with Cage, that was one of his best matches of his career.
Definitely.
That being said, getting back to your question, I want to say the Gift of the Gods title because it's reminiscent of, you've heard people like Stone Cold and Bret Hart and The Rock say, like, back then when the Intercontinental title was more prestigious than the world title.
Yeah.
Back in, like, the late, early, late 90s. But I'll have to say Lucha Underground Championship because it was, how can I put this? Matanza won it, and then you got everybody wanting to...
it pretty much became a war zone.
Yeah, it's kind of like every team in the NFL wanting to win the Super Bowl. Everybody wants that championship, but only one can have it.
And everybody gets a shot at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody, and that's the good thing about, and you're not going to see that anywhere else, I don't think. We haven't seen a lot of WCPW, but that's a different brand, and we're not talking about that brand, but and I hate to say it because like WWE has been growing on me as of late, but you're not going to see a chance at a title just because.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That felt good. That hurt so bad. Okay. Game face. Yep. Okay. Yeah, we're back. Sorry about that. Battery died, and then Malcolm just passed out, so we just moved it to...
He crashed hard.
And we do mean hard.
Hard. He looks like he was hitting some of that, the finest
Hitting
of
that
greed.
good.
Yeah, he looks like he was hitting the finest of greed.
It looked like he was, just got out of 420 somewhere, so... So we moved it to the secondary room in the bunker. That's the nice part. So he can get rest, and we can just...
The funny thing is like, this seems like an actual bunker. It feels like an actual bunker. There's an echo. It's bare for right now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
But, okay. We're just going to pick up where we left off. I'm probably going to splice a lot of this shit, so... we were at your question, which title had prestige? Sorry.
Oh, which title do you think? Which title do you think was the most sought after title? Well, no, I wouldn't say sought after. Which one do you think had the most weight this season?
Like the most interest.
Yeah. Which one do you think had held the most weight or was considered the most prestigious title in contention this season?
I would say the Gift of the Gods Championship, because we have seen at the top of the season it was around Phoenix's waist. Then it went to King Cuerno in their rivalry and back to Phoenix. Then he cashed in on Mills Martez, took the title from him, and then, you know, it was broken up, all that good stuff. Then, you know, it got put back together, and Chavo won Gift of the Gods thanks to help from Wolverine, who was the first in line to challenge and take it. Then as soon as he took it, he cashed in his shot. Got a phenomenal match between Cage and Matanza. Then, you know, this past week on Ultima Lucha, we saw... Wait, that was week before, my bad.
Yeah.
Week before, we saw Sexy Star become the new Gift of the Gods Championship. So I felt that one had the most weight behind it. Rodimus?
I want to say Gifts of the Gods, but I'll say the Lucha Underground Championship.
Aztec Gold?
Yeah, because it kind of reminds me of what the Intercontinental title used to be back in the 90s with WWE. How some people like The Rock and Stone Cold and others felt like it was the dark horse, like it was the championship, but it wasn't the championship. It meant more than the actual world title.
I mean, as much of the history that they just now touched up on, where they kept saying Pat Patterson brought it over from Intercontinental Tournament that he took part in.
Yeah, but I felt like, you know, with everybody wanting a shot at the Lucha Underground Championship, I felt like it had the it somewhat was up there with the Gift of the Gods, but I'll give the edge to the Lucha Underground Championship.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Again, I just like both of you, I was going to say the Gift of the Gods, but I'm going to play devil advocate this time, and I'm going to say the Trios title. We have seen just about every team you could imagine go for the Trios title over the course of 3 months, maybe.
Yeah.
You've had every kind of, again, fruity, but every kind of style clash you could possibly think of. You've had the dream team of Lucha. You've had
the Mexican Super Friends.
You've had Iron Man and his Mexican Lucha friends.
You had the Gringos. You had the team of Death and Destruction.
You just about any team you could come up with. We've seen it. We've seen them go at it. That's the thing. And with trios over a regular tag team, you get to see a lot more variety too.
Now, the thing that got me about trios this year, like the whole it's not really a division, but the whole branch of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just, you know, okay, 3 guys came together. You know, we saw that about 3 times, twice. But other than that, it was just a mishmash of people that had pure hatred for each other or pure controversy. And I like that. Because imagine seeing somebody like Killshot, Mariposa, and Marty the Moth as Trios champions. It would be fantastic to see their dynamic.
It would, because, you know, going back to what Josh said, almost every tag team you could think of or put together has fought for the Trios championships. And, you know, it's definitely one of the hot titles in Lucha Underground. So, you know, I kind of see what he's saying.
Now, big question I want to cap off. I know this was your thing, but
No, go ahead.
I had remembered it last second before the battery died, but it was a big question Josh was going to ask. Which rivalry would you say was the best across the whole season?
Good question.
I'm going to defer to the second half. Go ahead, Rod.
Oh, I was going to say it was so many rivalries put together. I mean, you had, Johnny Mundo in Phoenix.
Johnny Mundo and Cage was big this season.
Johnny Mundo, Cage,
Mil Muertes and Matanza.
Mil Muertes and Cuerno, Mil Muertes and Matanza.
Yeah.
Mil Muertes and Phoenix.
Mil Muertes and Phoenix.
Taya and Ivelisse.
Phoenix and Cuerno.
Killshot and Marty the Moth was a good underdog rivalry.
Yeah, that
Sexy
was.
Star Mariposa. That No Moss match.
Yeah.
Evil East and Taya.
Oh yeah, he covered that.
Yeah. If
Daga and Tejano. They were former, I don't know, they didn't really say much about it, but in AAA, they were former tag team, they won gold several times as former tag team.
Cobra Moon and Sexy Star.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that one was a rivalry.
But
They had like a match together.
But if I could pick one out of all the rivalries we've had this season,
I just thought of one. Pentagon and Montana.
oh my God, that was pretty good.
I'd say that one gets my pick for rivalry of the year.
Matanza and Pentagon.
I'll
I'll say Johnny Mundo and Cage. That's my rivalry.
I'll say it was short-lived. It was only for about 2 weeks, but Dragoon Azteca Jr. and Prince Puma.
Oh yeah. I thought you would have said Cage Chavo.
I was, but then I was like,
That was alright.
but even though it was short-lived and we only saw one
match.
saw one match, but they beefed for about a week. I think if that was to turn into a long-term rivalry, just the quality of matches you would get out of those two.
It would be like Cena Styles.
I don't know.
What the whole rivalry those matches versus the whole rivalry.
It wouldn't be as good as Cena Styles. I think that rivalry with Chavo and Cage was just a quickie,
Oh no, he's talking about.
Yeah, I was talking about as Dragoon Azteca Jr. and Puma.
Oh, yeah.
The quality of match that they put on, it was so good at the end of it. Before the 3 count, I was like, I don't care who wins. This was a good ass match. At that point, I was just like, fuck it. Whoever wins wins. And that you can tell that's a good rivalry when it's like you're so just 50-50 about it. You don't even care who wins.
I wouldn't say it's a rivalry. Like that one match, dream match.
Yeah.
That was dream match on the level of Balor Nakamura.
Oh, another. Okay, so just sweeping that question forward. One quick question. One match. Okay, throwing out the Puma Rey Mysterio match as dream match. If you had, because that's what it was called. But if you had to do one dream match that you think was just heaven sent to the temple to be a dream match, handpicked for you.
One match that's never happened.
One match that this year in Lucha Underground that you were just like, oh my God, it's like this match was made for me. What match would you say?
Oh my God, it's several of them.
That's easy for me to say. The Ultima Lucha 2, the death match between Mills and King Cuerno. That was brewed to the all.
Like I said, it's so many of them.
Shit, I would put Graver Consequences in there.
I wouldn't necessarily call this a dream match, but it was a great match. The No Moth match. That was awesome.
That was amazing.
The Cage with the Cage versus Johnny Mundo.
Cage in a cage versus a cage.
Yeah.
Cage versus Cage in a cage.
Yes.
Okay. So we're done with the Q&A round, right? Okay. All right. Now it's on to. Well, this is going to be where paper review and preview goes for everything Ultima Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
So, this past 3 weeks, 3 weeks was Ultima Lucha 2, del Racket. I imagine Ultima Lucha Trace next year is going to be 4 weeks. I would be happy.
Yeah.
Because, 4 weeks of 1 and 2 hour shows, it's a lot better than 4 weeks of 3 hour shows.
True.
But enough about Shite Fest. Alright, let's move on to Ultima Lucha 2, Night 1.
Alright, Night 1 consisted of what Dario Cueto called the unique opportunity.
A unique opportunity.
Yeah, a 4-week tournament.
Get this format?
Yeah, but before we jump right into it, I'm not going to throw blame on one person because I was also on that video where we were analyzing what was going to happen. But we kind of called it wrong. We thought it was going to be one match of 4 people, and it turned out to be a round robin of sorts.
what we thought was going to be a fatal 4, it was going to be one night, and it's just, you know, it's going to be loaded up with different matches.
Yeah.
But no, it was the entire tournament. I'm glad they did it this way. Personally, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got to see some great matches, including history being made once again as Cage and Stone Cold Willie Mack started the show off once again in another classic.
Yes, and this was the first match of the unique opportunity tournament. And like he said, it was Stone Cold Matt versus, they call him Cage. And this match, it wasn't as good as their match last season.
But it was close.
But it was close.
My one gripe about this match was the ending. Cage was about to go for the curb stomp
again,
and he slipped on beer. I was just like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Seriously?
I kind of felt like that was like
weak.
planned. Like,
that was some McMahon bullshit.
Okay, so I admit that was the lowest point of that match, but I enjoyed, on the other hand of that, I enjoyed that moment because it was a throwback to their first match at the first Ultima Lucha. You had the cinder block, you had the beer, you had the Mac in the position where he was face down, ass up, on the brick.
Yeah.
You had him go through the office again.
Yeah, and it was just like, if you put these two in a match, inside an enclosed area, shit is going to get broke.
Shit's going to get real.
And as soon as I saw the cinder block be pulled out, I was like, oh shit, somebody's getting curb stomped again.
Yeah.
And it surprised me because nobody got curb stomped.
Yeah. And what's even interesting about this match is it was a Falls Count Anywhere match. That's what made it better, thanks to Dario. But in the end, because Cage slipped on the beer.
Is that Mario's Mexican brother?
I have no idea.
Dario,
however you want to pronounce it.
It's Dario.
The Matt got the roll-up win. This match lasted 10 minutes, 12 seconds. I'm going to give it a good 3.5.
Now, you know what would be justice? If Ultima Lucha Trace starts off with these two for the last time.
That would be incredible.
And it wouldn't be just any false count or any DQ. Make it a no-moss match.
Or no moss / loser leaves.
So
the
no moss
match.
is the Lucha equivalent of an I Quit match.
Yes,
basically.
Right.
No more.
The
The loser leaves the temple. That sounds like a good stipulation.
Yeah, I would do it.
Actually, it's a single match, but there's different rounds. What was that match type called?
3 Stages of Hell.
Yes, but call it something Strength of the Gods match, where each match is a different type, and since they're both heavy hitters but can fly around the ring, structured around that.
Oh, what, you talking about 3 Stages of Hell match with 3 different match types?
3 different match types, but like do like a no moss match in there, a Falls Count Anywhere in there, and then just your standard hardcore rules. You could even bring back the Believers Backlash.
I got the perfect name for it if they do that. Just call it the Pyramid match.
Yeah.
Because it would be 1 fall, final fall.
Yeah.
Kind of like 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 falls, yeah. That's
but call it a pyramid match. Good one.
But you would only put matches in it that would play to both of their strengths. You would have a Falls Count Anywhere, which we know that they can do that type of match. You would have a no moss match.
No, that would have to be a last, and the second one would have to be a street fight.
Yeah, it would have to be, street fight first.
Yeah.
Falls Count Anywhere.
Yeah.
And then the finale. Just like repeat history, catch everybody up to it.
Yeah.
And finish it. Bring it home.
No moss.
No moss.
Either way, this match was pretty good to start off night 1 of Ultima Lucha 2. Let's move on to the next match, the second semifinal match of the unique opportunity match.
It was the biker from the open road, Son of Havoc, versus the cowboy Tejano in a barroom brawl.
Yeah. And,
or as Dario Cueto announced it was, what's the first thing he thinks of when he sees a biker and a cowboy?
YMCA?
In the same...
I'm sorry, I meant Village People.
Yeah. Well, a bar fight, but yeah.
Good joke there, but Dario called it he made it a Boyle Heights bar fight. And boy, this match reminded me of the old school ECW when Paul Heyman took over and made it extreme, up to another level.
Like I said to these guys, Ultima Lucha overall just felt like, Dario was paying homage to Paul E. Dangerous.
Yeah. This match was definitely a fight, and no pun intended, but it was definitely worth what's that word I'm trying to look for?
Worth its weight in beer.
Yeah, because Tejano went through the bar thanks to Son of Havoc.
Not just that, but they took a bit WWE did from the Asylum match and stepped it up a notch. Josh, since it's your favorite, let's have you go at it.
So while Tejano was still reeling, trying to gather himself from being dumped off the apron onto the open bar, wood, glass everywhere. Son of Havoc thought it was a good idea to take one of the little drawers off the bar or whatever, this little piece of wooden enclosure, and he took 2 bottles and thought it'd be a good idea to break them in the wood in the center of the ring.
Then he grabbed more bottles.
Then he grabbed more bottles.
And more bottles.
Yeah.
And more bottles. Basically, he made a glass pile.
Yes.
Yeah. A brutal glass pile.
And those were not breakaway glasses. Those were actual.
Yeah.
Those actual glasses.
You can tell, like, when you're watching wrestling, if it's real glass or if it's, like, the fake glass.
Yeah.
That was real glass.
Don't forget the spot where at one point Son of Havoc had the firefighter helmet on, the safety helmet on, and he got smacked over the head with the bottle, and he was just like...
Yeah. He was like...
That left me a little...
I wouldn't say it was...
And no, they even made a YMCA reference. It's like, we got a biker and a cowboy, now it looks like we got a firefighter too! And it's just, and Matt Striker was going ape shit, and Son of Havoc grabbed the fire extinguisher and started using it.
I would say when he did that, he was channeling his inner Ryback, but I would say he was channeling his inner biker version of the Kimbe Mutombo, like,
No,
not in my house. But anyway, Son of Havoc ended up getting the win.
Which is surprising.
Yeah. I kind of had Son of Havoc win that match anyway.
Well, yeah, we did too. Well, not really. We still had a tournament. But
Yeah.
no, it was surprising I won, but then again, it wasn't surprising given that Tejano was getting the Roman Reigns reaction.
True.
Yeah.
Didn't do a damn thing, and they booed him out.
Yeah. But this match lasted 7 minutes, 21 seconds. I'm going to give this a 4.
Definitely a little bit better than the Falls Count.
Yeah.
Seemed that as the matches went, they got better and better as the first night went along.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the finals. This was also a Falls Count Anywhere match. It was the Mac, a.k.a. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Willie Mack.
Yeah. Taking on Son of Havoc. The winner would get the ultimate opportunity after the match. We
Found out what the unique opportunity was.
We'll get to that in just a minute. But what are you guys' thoughts on this final?
Definitely better than the first one. I mean, the first one was a definite, show starter.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not good foot forward. But this one felt better because even though they were both held beaten, especially Son of Havoc, who just came out of the match, they flew around like nothing was wrong.
No. I mean, it's kind of like they've wrestled so many times before we even saw them. But, I mean, this match was definitely good.
I was going to say, it was kind of weird going from any object you could get your hands on and be used like as much as possible for the first 2 matches to being more of just kind of like a straightforward match in the third round. But I think it actually paid off. And you don't want every single match you do to be the same type of match. You don't want every match to be a hardcore match.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's really good when you see somebody Willie Mack size flying around the ring. Even better when you see somebody Montaza size do 2 standing moonsaults back to back.
Oh, moonsault, then a shooting star.
Yeah, and a standing shooting star. Yeah.
That's unfucking believable.
Having said that, I do think they could have used more of just miscellaneous objects.
I'm glad they didn't, because they kept it a purely technical, straight up fight.
Yeah.
Moving on, what did you guys think of the opportunity?
Well, we haven't rated it. What would you give it, Rod?
The final, well, I will say the match lasted 5 minutes, 34 seconds.
Yeah.
But I thought it was good. I'll give it a 3.
I mean, it definitely felt better than the first match, but the second match took away the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or that night.
Well, I kind of felt like the first match was really great, and the second match got even better. The third match was kind of like, okay, here's the climax to the tournament.
Yeah.
Then we get to the opportunity.
I felt like if the last match had a little bit more time on the clock, then it could have been a little bit better.
Dario Cueto comes out with a briefcase, and he tells Son of Havoc, who won the match, by the way, that he has an ultimate opportunity to take $250,000 plus a championship shot or a championship shot at
guaranteed shot for the guaranteed to headline
Ultima Lucha Trace next season
for the Aztec Gold.
Yeah, whoever is the champion, he'll get the shot. He said, "Well, I'll take the $250,000."
No.
But
no, he said keep your money.
Yeah,
keep your money. I want the headline.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he said something like that. I knew it was something like that.
Yeah.
But Famous B comes out there. Yes, the same guy who whooped, what's the name?
Masquerita Sagrada.
Masquerita Sagrada with his shoe.
Masquerita Sagrada. Famous B pulled off a beautiful fucking kick.
Beautiful fucking kick. Beautiful super kick. It was so
beautiful.
He pulled off a good swerve.
Perfect.
No, like, but before we get back to the thing, like, my reaction when that swerve hit wasn't, oh my god, he's attacking Masquerita. It was, oh my god, that was beautiful.
Yeah. But he came out, he says, there's a doctor in the house. He turns around, and Dr. Wagner Jr. is on the back of his jacket, and the crowd goes crazy.
Now, for the uninformed, Dr. Wagner Jr. is one of those famous luchador families over in Mexico, along with the Guerreros, the Blue Demons, all of them.
Now, Dr. Wagner Jr., his father was Dr. Wagner Sr., who's unfortunately not with us anymore, God rest his soul, but Dr. Wagner Jr. has been in the business some 30 years. He's wrestled all over the world, Japan, Mexico, here and there.
He's won countless titles.
Countless titles. He's won, I wouldn't say every title you know, but he's won some titles that we've never heard of before.
More titles than we've been laid.
Exactly.
If you can name a title, he's probably had a shot at it.
Yeah. But
except for maybe WWE.
And what culture?
Yeah. I would go into research for the titles, but we don't have time for that. But he took on Son of Havoc, and he ended up winning the match, being Dr. Wagner Jr.
And Dario promised him the $250,000.
Yeah, and Dr. Wagner Jr. ended up walking away with the $250,000. Famous B ran around the ring like he had just won $1 million in the lottery. Like Publishers Clearinghouse just came to his house.
Now, when Famous B came out, I thought the swerve was going to be Famous B signed Angelico.
Yeah.
I was waiting for it. I'm like, oh my god, this is why Angelico's out.
But it was another different kind of swerve, and I
like the swerve.
I was kind of shocked because I wasn't expecting it. But that being said, I'm going to give this 3.5.
Yeah.
The first night or the match?
No, the match.
The match. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I like that swerve because they're bringing more big names in Lucha Libre to Underground.
Big is an understatement when it comes to how big the Wagner name is.
Well, when I say big, I just meant like draws.
Yeah, draw-wise, Like
they brought a Wagner, they brought a Blue Demon, they brought a Guerrero, they brought Mysterio.
Yeah.
Who else are they going to bring?
We shall see come next season.
I guess technically they brought Maskers with Patron.
But the conclusion of night one, superstars and matches of the night. Superstars of the night go to the Mac, the Cage, and Son of Havoc. Matches of the night go to the Mac versus Cage, Tejano versus Son of Havoc, and overall I give night one, I'll give it 3.5.
It was a nice opening step. Made me happy to see 2.
Yeah. Now let's move on to night 2, which was the next week, July 13th.
Oh my god.
It was 2 matches for night 2. The first match was a 7-way elimination match for the Gift of the Gods Championship. Now we all know those who have won the Gift of the Gods Championship, they cash it in. They have to have 1 week in advance to get their shot at the Lucha Underground Championship.
And at this point in time, the record is 1-1. 1 successful cash-in, 1 failed attempt.
Yes. Kind of like WWE and Money in the Bank.
Except for this means a lot more.
Exactly.
This is like Money in the Bank plus Option C plus minus McMahon.
Right. But the participants in this match were Sexy Star Marty the Moth Martinez Mariposa, Killshot, Nightclaw, Daga, and Sinestro de la Muerte.
De la Muerte.
Yes. You guys' thoughts on this match?
Okay. First off, I forget who we all picked, but Sinestro de la Muerte definitely did not disappoint.
No.
On his own, he was great, but he got picked off early.
Yeah.
Daga, clearly the dark horse of the match.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't expect him to get as far.
I kind of felt like Sinestro de la Muerte was the dark horse. Well, that's just me, but I'll say Nightclaw, he definitely impressed his first night.
He impressed, but I thought he was going to be, one of the last two left.
Yeah.
Actually, I was sitting there, I was thinking, maybe it's going to be Daga and Nightclaw.
I didn't expect him to get eliminated early.
Yeah.
What do you think, Josh?
I don't really have anything bad to say about it.
No?
Nightclaw was really good for his debut.
Yeah.
Daga really proved his chops. Sinestro proved his chops. Killshot.
He's one of those guys,
Yeah.
you wouldn't think that Sinestro, since really most of what you saw with him was as a trios team, and same thing with Killshot. Because you watch Lucha Underground. Admittedly, you watch Lucha Underground because you got the names. You got Mil Muertes, you got Puma, you got Montazi, you got Pentagon. Some people would tune in. I know I tune in, you tune in, Rod tunes in, because it's just because of those people that you don't really put on that level. Sometimes they even outperform those higher. And I think Sinestro and Killshot were kind of in the same boat, where every week they're kind of like a dark horse going into something, or when something is major, when they're in a group with people whose names are Sexy Star. You're in a group with some people of that caliber where your name's just synonymous with success, and you go in and you prove your worth every time. I think that that is what truly makes or breaks that character.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
I mean, those two guys definitely prove that they are some sort of championship material, and it shows. Marty the Moth, still impressive, even though his character is complete shite.
Very creepy.
Mariposa. Her character wasn't, fleshed out, but she is still impressive.
Oh, yeah. And Sexy Star, she speaks for herself.
She's sexy. What can we say?
Yeah,
How you doing?
the last three were Marty the Moth, Sexy Star, and Marty's sister, Mariposa. Mariposa at one point held her up, and I think it was Vampiro said he went Mike Tyson.
Yeah, because he licked the fist, doing that creepy shit, trying to deck Sexy Star. And then he
decked his sister.
He wound up decking Mariposa.
Yeah.
Which, just cut you off for a second. I would have found it interesting to see it come down to Marty the Moth and Mariposa.
Ooh.
That would have been truly interesting.
That would have been definitely interesting. But unfortunately for Mariposa, she got eliminated. Sexy Star ended up winning by submission as she tapped out Marty the Moth, and he just looked
He just looked shocked.
He just looked in disgust as he was leaving the ring. So Sexy Star is the new Lucha Underground Gift of the Gods champion. 17 minutes, 55 seconds. I'm giving this a 4.
She is the third person to win it, and Phoenix, Cuerno, Chavo Cage. Fifth person to hold the title overall.
Yeah.
So.
First woman.
First luchador.
Yeah.
Our girl Sexy though.
Yeah.
I was hoping it'd come down to Sexy Star and Killshot.
Okay.
They even teamed up, and that was great.
Now, the main event for night 2 was a death match. Mil Muertes, accompanied by the beautiful and
deadly. I wouldn't even say sexy. I'd say the beautiful but deadly.
Deadly.
I would
Katrina.
say deadly and sexy.
Just extravagant Katrina. Let's put it that way. He took on King Cuerno,
the ultimate hunter.
Oh my God.
Okay. Let me just say, watching this match, the whole match, all the spots, everything, I just sat there, had a Joey Styles moment. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. At the end of the match, I just sat there in disbelief, like, oh my God, what did I just witness?
I mean, Mil Muertes just basically... Now, King Cuerno held his own. He held his own, but in the end, he just got killed. He got speared through a table. He got powerbombed through 3 tables.
He got triple powerbomb.
Triple powerbomb.
Powerbomb.
Powerbomb. powerbomb.
It's like a world tour.
And then Mil Muertes had the crowbar, in which Katrina brought into play, knocked King Cuerno's ass out. Tombstone.
Threw him down the stairs. Not even like throw. He just like shoved him and just watched him tumble, and he just like casually stepped down.
Yeah. And King Cuerno basically had to be stretchered out of the temple. That's how bad this match was. Now this match was good, but for King Cuerno, this match was just terrible for him. He had a bad night.
He got his signature move off. I forget what it's called. The ultimate arrow.
Yeah.
That's the one where he jumps through the ropes.
Where he jumps over the ropes.
Oh, that's the arrow from hell or something like that.
The arrow from Hell's Heart, I guess.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, he got the move off. Then when he tried to go for the well again, that's when he fucked up.
What you think about this match, Josh?
Like I said, I don't have anything bad to say about it, and I'm trying to find something bad to say about Lucha Underground, but every time it's like I can't.
It's like
I can nitpick and be like, okay, this looked a little bit too much like a spot, but then I'm like, it was such a good spot that I don't really care.
Yeah.
The sell was great.
It's like you watch these matches, just like, oh, that match was okay, that match was bad, but really overall the product is just like.
But like you can't. It's hard to nitpick match by match with Lucha Underground. Like in WWE, a WWE pay-per-view, you can take apart match to match to match because they don't tie into each other. It's like there's this part of kayfabe with these two people, this kayfabe with these three people. This is the story with these three people. They don't tie together.
Yeah.
And Lucha Underground, every single match ties to one another in some way. So you can't just be like, okay, this, the Cuerno Mil Muertes match, if you start taking it apart, you have to take apart everything that happened to him over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, and going back to what you said, it's like not just WWE, it's with any other company. It's like, or New Japan, or Ring of Honor, or TNA, like, this match sucked, that match was good, that match was boring, this storyline sucks, but it's like, Lucha Underground, they just find some way to turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
Because it's like, not to cut you off, but it's like 1 hour, it's like a soap opera, but it's a good soap opera. It's like a really good soap opera.
Now, two things I want to get up. To continue your point, it's Lucha Underground adheres to that old ass saying you hear in WWE. They let their matches do the storytelling.
Right.
And WWE, you're just like, okay, they just put on good matches. Lucha Underground is like, no, we put on good matches, but every time you see one of these spots, it's almost like they're yelling out their whole story.
Yeah, it's basically like, we know wrestling's fake, but it's like...
It's still real to us, damn it.
Yeah, it's real to us, but it's like reality, but they give it to you in a way to where you can feel what's happening with the storyline. It's not just, oh, we're just going to give you this character, just go out there and just do whatever. It's like
these two guys in real life really have this much hatred and animosity.
And they give you the character, and it's like, okay, be this character, but be you at the same time. Be real. Don't just
play with it.
Yeah.
But that's the best thing about it. Sometimes those moments happen.
Yeah.
And they've happened in WWE history before where something in real life really did cross over.
Matt Hardy, Edge.
And that was real. Like that whole storyline. It went from being, I don't know if it's real or not, to it's damn real. Like all that shit really went down.
We can get into that, but
and that's the thing, that's the best thing Lucha Underground does in my opinion, is they make that happen.
Yeah.
They make it happen. Even if it's not true, they make it seem like it's really true, and they do it easily. They don't make it seem forced or like they're trying too hard.
Yeah.
They just like, okay, we're starting this feud up between you guys. Go out there and work it.
Yeah.
And what makes all this that we're talking about better is there's no spoilers. Nothing. It's quiet.
Yeah. And even if we do, we don't hear about it.
Yeah.
Or we just choose not to read it. Because that would just give away everything.
Okay, my second point has nothing to do with this. It's just comparing this death match. It was lopsided like that SummerSlam match between Cena and Lesnar, but magnified by 10.
True. Like I said, King Cuerno held his own
for a bit.
But
that's what I'm saying. Like the conversion rate,
Yeah.
In that SummerSlam match, Cena had seconds of offense. Multiply that, Cuerno had minutes of offense.
Well, not just that. Even when even when I knew Cuerno was going to lose the match, like halfway through the match, you knew he was going to lose. He was taking way too big of a beating. He got put through multiple tables, thrown down concrete steps, smacked in the face with a crowbar. He got taken to hell and back. He got dragged through hell by his fucking head and then brought back up by Mil. And that whole time I was like, King Cuerno can still pull this out. The Ultimate Hunter, he's like Edge, but like godly. He can do anything. The smallest opportunity, he can capitalize and win this match. We've seen him do it before. He still has a chance. And the whole match, I was just like, I knew that Mills was going to win, but through the whole thing, I was just like, Cuerno can still pull this out. He can still pull this out. He can still win.
Yeah.
Now,
and that's hard to do in a match. And like MJ said, Cena versus Lesnar, that feeling was not present at all. You know that it was basically a squash match.
Yeah.
Now, one spot we didn't cover in this match that I felt like, oh shit, somebody could have really gotten hurt, was where they were battling up there above that entrance tunnel, and Cuerno lost his fingers and fell.
Oh yeah,
crashed.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god, is he okay? So I'm like, no, finish him. He's not dead. Finish him.
Yeah.
Finish him.
Yeah.
Finish him.
But night 2 was pretty good, just as much as it was in night 1. Superstars and matches of the night superstars go to Sexy Star and Mil Muertes.
Wait, what'd you give the deathmatch though?
Deathmatch 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
Yeah.
No contest. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Gift of the Gods match I gave a 3.5?
4.
Yeah, 4.
4. Overall, I'm gonna give this night a 4.
A 4.
Yeah. Now let's move on to the finale.
Okay. Before you do that, you said it was as good as night 1. I beg to disagree.
I think night 2 was just a tiny bit better.
No, I feel like it was a lot better. But
well, night 1 was just the tip of the iceberg.
It was the tip of the iceberg, but I felt like night 2 stole the show.
Yeah. Now let's move on to night 3, the finale.
The 2-hour finale.
Yes.
Full of no fear.
Zero fear. Now, let's get on with the first match. The first match...
Well, but before we even start talking about matches, since this was the big night, this was for the whole shebang-a-bang. This is for everything, for all the marbles, all the cards.
Are you talking about the storylines?
Let's talk about, because this storyline had been going on practically the entire season. And this whole season was pretty much felt like a story, the evolution of Pentagon.
Was it Pentagon and Vampiro stuff? Well, we're going to get to that for the title match. We're going to build into that. We're just
wait a minute. Another thing I want to point out is when...
No, I was going to save that for the title match.
What, for Pentagon?
Pentagon and what happened at the end of night 2.
Yeah.
Well, I want to talk about when he killed Mr. Cisco.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't Pentagon. That was...
no, I'm talking about Dario.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. You did remember something.
Okay, yeah. Night 2.
Night 2, the ending cinematic for it.
Yeah. Apparently, they've been trying to uncover something against Dario, and Mr. Cisco was turned into an informant by Joey Ryan and Cortez Castro. I almost forgot his name.
Yeah.
He went in the office. He tried to pull a swerve like, boss, I'm with you, blah, blah, blah.
He was wearing wire.
And Dario Cuerno basically figured him out because he was kind of nervous. He was like, are you wearing a wire? Show me your wire. And he just beat the fuck out of him, left him bloody, killed him, got on the phone, said, it's time. Then we move on to night 3.
So, that shit's going to go to.
Yeah. We'll talk about what happened with Dario at the end of the show, but...
Wait, did something happen with Dario at the end of the show?
At the end of the show, yeah.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the first Ultima Lucha, it showed Ian Hodgkinson being admitted into the psych ward.
Yeah.
To the mental health institution.
Because he had his pills at the end of the night.
Oh.
And it showed
When you said Dario, not
it showed Iron Man and Drago splitting up.
Okay, I get it.
Because night 2
so
he had
there was
blood on his hands.
there was a little segment at the end of Ultima Lucha 2, and we can get into that and what we think is going to come of that.
Yeah, well,
at the end. Yeah.
Was there a cinematic ending at the end of Dose, or was it just...
Yes, it involved Dario.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't see that. You guys are going to have to fill me on that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a minute. But
let's start with the trios match. We've gotten far off topic.
was for the Lucha Underground Trios Championship.
Sorry, I hit your knee.
It was Worldwide Underground.
I have one more thing, and I don't mean to keep interrupting, but I don't know if you noticed, but each night for Ultima Luchados, did you notice there was a different band each night?
No, I thought it was the same guys that have been there the whole season.
I really didn't pay attention to it.
No, like the band that had been there, like each night had a different band, but the final band was the one that was there the entire season.
Oh, it was.
They just had a different mask on.
It was the Neon Skulls. Damn, I forget their name, but they were a good good jamming band.
But anyway, let's get back to the match. It was Worldwide Underground, Johnny Mundo, PJ Black, and Jack Evans taking on
without Taya this time.
Without
this
Taya.
is their first title defense without Taya.
She had a match later on in the night.
Versus the Mexican Super Friends,
Aerostar.
Drago, Phoenix,
and Aerostar.
and Iron Man.
Yeah, and I really like what Aerostar did with the flames.
And
he had looked like a can of hairspray and
yeah. It looked like two cans.
Yeah.
No, it was a lighter and a can.
Yeah, I'm just saying it looked like he had two cans spraying them in the air.
That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, but anyway, this match, I can't say nothing bad about this match. I don't know how these guys feel, but this match was pretty good to start the show off.
Definitely a good match. It did look like it was going in Worldwide's favor because all through Ultima Lucha, Dario told the refs extreme leniency, let shit fly.
Yeah, and Matt Striker and Vampiro, they kept talking about how the referee was lenient, that sort of thing.
Worldwide Underground got really dirty. They were punching like right in the butt, right in the taint.
Yeah.
He had Jack Evans. Was it Jack Evans or PJ Black?
I think it was
Jack Evans punched Iron Man right in the butthole. Yeah, he's punched him right in the
I
taint.
was like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
He must have been listening to Tool.
Yeah.
Or they kept using the belts, knocking the referee down. At one point, Johnny Mundo went up to the top. You thought they were going to win the match. Out comes Angelico.
Angelico, he beat them with his crutch.
He beat Johnny Mundo the fuck down with crutches. He beat him as much as he could with the first crutch before it was busted and broken, and then he switched to the other crutch and started beating him down with it too until he broke it.
And way before that, they kept doing the little air guitar thing, and you could tell they added the effects because it sounded just like
it's a nice little team dynamic thing. I think they're already a good team, but that just gives them, that sense of, how well they mesh together.
Yeah.
Not to mention, it also gives them that gringo vibe.
Yeah.
Makes them hate it even more.
Yeah.
My thing is why did Jack Evans decide to start the match with his sunglasses on? No, he was going to win.
Cocky. It shows how cocky he is.
Because he's a douchebag.
Yeah.
But because of Angelico,
that's one thing I want to say. I noticed a severe lack of Jack Evans trash talking to everybody, even the crowd. Yeah. Usually he lands a big move, and while his opponent's trying to recover, he just shouts into the crowd, and they're like, "That's why I'm the best, baby," or
"That's Genix for the win,"
or "That's why I'm the Dragon Slayer," or it's like, "Is there anyone else?" Or he even said one time, "Are you not entertained?"
Or he gets kicked in the face and yells out, "My pretty face."
Yeah.
My beautiful face.
Like, that's the only thing, I felt like was missing from this match. They had all the dirty spots. They had the comeback spots. And at one point, it even seemed like an uphill battle.
Yeah. But at the end, Mexican Super Friends got the win with the assist from Angelico.
They are the new Lucha Underground Trios champions, like you said.
Phoenix is the first ever Lucha Underground Triple Crown champion. It was going to happen either him or Puma. Bust ass.
All right. Sorry we talked so long, but we're just going to wrap this up because the camera just decided we're just boring.
No, we don't have that much time left, so we're just going to speed through these matches, close out.
Yeah.
So much to say, so little time.
Yeah. Go. All right. The next match after that was El Dragon Azteca Jr. taking on Black Lotus. El Dragon Azteca Jr. won by disqualification thanks to Pentagon Dark, who made his
his Pentagon Dark debut.
Yeah. But anyway,
he made his transformation. He talked about it. Then we go into the match. A lot of shit happened.
Yeah.
At the end of night 2, Vampiro dumped his pills. He basically turned Pentagon Jr. into Pentagon Dark.
Junior Dark.
So now we got one hell of a world title match. It was nothing like the first time. Pentagon Jr. was basically beating Montaza all around the ring.
Wait a minute. I got to give the second match a rating.
Give it a rating.
4 minutes, 10 seconds. This match gets a 2. Now go to the world title.
Back to the world title match. It's basically like AJ Styles versus Abyss in 6 Sides of Steel for the very first time. At the gate, Pentagon Dark was beating the shit out of Matanza, not even giving him any room to breathe.
Yeah.
What really fucked up is Vampiro was handing Barbie off to Pentagon Dark. And Dario Cueto decided to get his big nose into everything. Pentagon Dark drops Barbie. Matanza picked it up, crowned him, pinned him 1, 2, 3. Matanza's still champion. He beat Pentagon Dark.
11 minutes, 29 seconds. This match gets a 3.5.
Okay.
And he got pretty upset with
I disagree. I give it a 4.5.
Yeah.
I'd give it 4.5 too.
Okay, well 4.5.
Okay, right.
He really got upset when he kept calling Pentagon Dark, Pentagon Junior.
Pentagon
And he said,
Junior.
I told you again not to call him Pentagon Junior. His
Junior.
Pentagon Dark. Okay, moving
Next
on.
match was the Battle of the Bitches. Who is the baddest bitch in the temple?
Or baddest woman.
Baddest woman.
Either way.
Whichever one you want to take it. It's the perfect woman, Taya, versus the baddest bitch in the temple, Ivelisse. We called Ivelisse for this match.
Yeah, this match was good until the lights went out. Out came Katrina. She laid out Ivelisse. Taya got the win. So the lights came back on. Katrina came back. She said, "Death comes to all, even you, bitch," referring to Ivelisse. So the lights flickered out. Like I said, Taya got the win. 6 minutes, 48 seconds. This match gets a 4.
I like how his voice changes octaves during that thing. Okay. Anyway, final match was the dream match between the Prince of Lucha Libre, Prince Puma, Playboy the sequel, versus El Rey, Rey Mysterio. They pointed out that he's got the El Rey logo on the back of his, his
uniform.
Uniform. It was one hell of a match, worthy of being a dream match. I would say it's on the level of Styles, Cena, maybe even better. Maybe
or Cena Punk at Money in the Bank 11.
Cena Punk, yeah, or Zayn Nakamura.
Whatever rivalry in wrestling you want to put it as.
Take it as a dream match, the best dream match. I give that bitch a 5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
You're 5 out of 5.
Okay. Then, after the match, respect. Rey Mysterio said, "No, I walk out. Puma, you stay here, revel in your fans.
This is your home. This is your people."
Yeah.
This is the 3-2-3 Boyle Heights.
They Puma hit him with the 3-2-3, 6-1-9, blah blah blah. Ray got the win. He left to have Puma soak in all the glory. Now we fast forward to the end. Oh.
Okay. All right.
Wait a minute. I gotta give it a rating plus the time. Oh shit.
Come on, hurry.
Okay.
Hurry.
Wait a minute.
We can do this. Junior Dark. Junior Dark.
16 minutes, 37 seconds, 5 out of 5.
Okay. At the end of the match, as soon as Matt Striker, Vampiro were telling everybody goodbye, Pentagon Dark came out. He super kicked Matt Striker